All right, y'all. Let me get up on here just for a little bit. I was pondering, whether I was going to go live. I might go live tomorrow too. Um, I just want to do this quick one, while I'm still free. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Let me get situated because I was up in here cooking something too. So give me 1 second, and we're gonna get this show on the road. All right, just hang tight. All right, folks, what's up, y'all? What's going on? I'm back in the business, back in business here. All right, shout out to y'all. What's up in the chat? I see y'all in here. So this is just a quick live thing, while I got some food on the grill, if you will. Six, yes sir, Brian. What's up? Colossus said, "What you cooking? Grilling some salmon, and stewed tomatoes and some okra." Yeah, so it's smelling good up in here right now. Had to put the peeled tomatoes in there with the garlic and the onions and just let that saute and then let that stew and start bubbling. And now it just smells good up in here right now. That's why I'm tempted to just leave y'all and hit end stream right now. But I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, man. Yeah, got the salmon up in there, onion powder and garlic powder and smothered that all up in the salmon. So yeah, it's going down up in here right now. So I got it smelling good, right? I'm upstairs too. I'm upstairs and the kitchen is just filling this whole house with that good aroma right now. Yeah, man. What's up, Josh? What's going on? And C and Six and all y'all. Yeah, we back. We back, man. And I wanted to get on here, yeah, because this was a topic that I wanted to discuss on my own, stand behind your fighter here because um yeah, shout out to Six and everybody. Like I said, I was working the other night and y'all don't always get to get on. So I'm just like, I ain't gonna try to take too many people's time up. They want to speak on they want to take their time and speak. I'm always on the mic. And yeah, this is just something I wanted to discuss. Shout out to BJ. Because I know Saturday night, whenever he said something about standing behind your fighter versus standing in front of your fighter, I just was like, oh yeah, that make a lot of sense. I was like, that make a lot of sense because I'm always talking about standing behind my fighter. We always be talking about our fighters behind the scene. Me and BJ, we be like, hey, you need to back up your fighter. You need to stand behind him. I always think about how there's a difference between, standing in front of them versus standing behind them. Because number one, when you standing in front of them, you blocking the fighter. You blocking the fighter right away. We can't see what they doing. We don't even know what they're made of yet. You know what I mean? And the worst part is once you standing in front of your fighter, when they fall, ain't nobody there to catch them. Right? Ain't nobody there to catch them. So it's really important that hey, if you support these fighters, if you come and watch them, you really feel like hey, I'm their biggest fan, or if you physically in their corner, it's important that you always stand behind them. You always got to be that extra you always got to be that extra support extra backbone that they need, man. Fighting is it's a hard sport. But yeah, man. So I just wanted to go into that a little bit and talk about, you know, this whole weekend, and just it's just compiled all together. It's just compiled all together, as far as the fighters, in this whole sport of WMMA. It's just been something we've been discussing, whether it was Kareem Silva, Casey O'Neill. We always talking about these fighters being exposed, and people always think I'm coming at the fighters, but I'm coming more at the fans sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm coming more at the fans. Like, shout out to Six. Like, I got love for Six, man, because he's standing behind his fighters, and I know he just promoting, and he said it the other night. Like, this is why I respect Six. Like, I don't really come that hard at Six, because he sees fights in a different way than I see them. And that's why he's always here. And that's why we always got that mutual respect, because I know what he's looking for in a fighter, and I know what I'm looking for in a fighter. You know what I mean? Like, me, Six is a promoter. Let me go ahead and say, like, if you got a fighter, you take him to Six, because he gonna promote him and try to make him money. Me, if you got a fighter, bring them to me, and I'm gonna show them what they're doing wrong. All right, I'm the guy that's in the gym, and I'm the guy that's watching tapes all day. But Six is the guy that he knows how to promote, and he knows what fighters need to do to make money. He's like that marketing guy, that publicist type of guy. That ain't me. That ain't me. But he's looking at it in that fashion with some of these fighters. That's why he sees somebody like Wang Kong. He's like, okay, this girl, she is a walking, she's a walking, what do you call it? She's a marketing monster. She's a marketing monster for herself. You know what I mean? So he sees that, and hey, I'm fine with that. Yes, yeah, close from, yeah, I already, yeah, you said, what was I cooking? Yeah, I filled you in on that. Yeah, Six says tasty. Yeah, salmon, Josh, yeah, what you grilling? Josh said Wayne Kong got caught. Simple as that. Man, yeah, you said that before. You said, I don't necessarily think Wayne Kong needed to do anything different. Yes, she did. If you don't believe she needed to do anything different, she gonna get knocked out again. Raise your hand if you think Wayne Kong needs to do something different. It wasn't no lucky shot. You got to give Gabriela Fernandez her credit. That's one reason I'm here, is to tell y'all, look, that was not no lucky shot. Raise your hand if you think that. Six is the Wayne Kong fan. Tell me Wayne Kong needs to do something different. She needs to do something different. You keep talking about the kick. Let's talk about that left hand that landed. Let's talk about the left hand that landed. Let's be real, man. Like, she could have recovered from that kick, because the kick wasn't even all that, like, powerful. It was the left hand that put her down. That left hand, the way she reacted to the left hand. Come on now. I don't care if you think I'm being hard or not. I mean, in that situation, she needed somebody to say, "Get out of the way. Get out of there." This girl's got more. This girl's got probably just as much power as you do. Gabby may not have the same technical prowess as her, but Gabby hits just as hard. So Gabby always had a chance to win this fight. Yeah, the kick definitely had her dazed. But my point is, if the kick had her dazed, it was either to recover and get out of the way. But she was up, because she tried to throw something back. She was in there enough to know to get out of the way. That's my point. Like, any fighter that gets rocked, what do they usually do? They usually try to grab, or they try to shoot, or they try to hold, right? But her thing was to attack after being dazed. So the thing is, yeah, that kick dazed her, but she could have still recovered off of that. That's the thing, Like, her thing was to try to go after it and get that knockout, but that wasn't happening. That was not happening. So that could have been changed, because number one, she abandoned her whole game plan, right? She abandoned the whole game plan of what was working the first round. And Gabriela Fernandez was losing the round, but like I keep saying, she wasn't doing what Wang Kong wanted her to do, and that was to fall apart, you know? And again, I no, I really can't say it was similar to Usman Leon. I mean, and again, it just kind of shows you the IQ of Wang Kong because number one, she was throwing head kicks. Gabriel Fernandez was throwing a lot of head kicks in this fight. Am I lying? Come on, tell me. Y'all saw Fernandez throwing a lot of kicks. They were missing, right? But all it takes is one little mess up in your distance management. All right. That's all it took. That's all it took. If you miscalculate or you throw calculations out the door, you getting caught with one of those kicks. And she was throwing a lot of spin kicks. That's why I was like, okay, eventually maybe she's gonna get caught. But what's crazy is she threw caution to the wind and just said, "Oh, you know what? I'm coming straight in." And she acted like this girl wasn't throwing high kicks, and she got caught. There was really no setup in this one, like body, 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 head. Like Valentina did the Jessica I. This was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep throwing these head kicks. Maybe eventually one of them is gonna land. That's just what I saw. And again, I just saw somebody throw their game plan out the door, you know. But that's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The fighters they that fall, they learn from this. They'll be back. They'll be back. Um, Closum said Wang hits Wang hits didn't seem to hurt Gabby at all. Gabby was eating those shots like snacks or those hits like snacks. Yeah, she was. She was getting hit with a lot of body shots. And Gabby was all right. Gabby just stayed on the outside, like, okay, let me find out what I can do here. And most of the rounds, she just stayed on the outside, but she was never rocked or like even those body shots didn't hurt her. I mean, you see how Molly McCann reacted when she got hit to the body, right? You know how many times Gabby got hit to the body and she still ain't keel over? She was doing okay. She was doing all right. Like, okay, she was taking them punches to the stomach like nothing. And I mean, look at her. The girl got rock, she's got a solid core. To me, the body shots were just a matter of maybe opening up some headshots down the line or taking away her legs, but they weren't really anything to, break this, hurt her. Break her down maybe down the stretch, but nothing to get too overconfident off of. She just had to stick to her game plan. And Wang Kong didn't, you know. And that's why I'm just talking about, man, there's levels to this. Like BJ said, like we've been talking about, there's levels to this thing. And we be talking behind the scenes about these fighters. Like, when you think so and so can just run in there and beat a pound for pound champion or a former 2-time champion, nah, we got to pump the brakes on that. Even when I match my fighters up, BJ match his fighters up, we match them up to people that are there around. Like if BJ talking about Casey O'Neill, I'm gonna be real. When BJ talk about Casey O'Neill, even though we go back and forth about her, when she was brand new, he might say, okay, she could beat JJ Aldridge, or she could beat Montana, or she could beat somebody unranked. You know what I mean? And then if she beats them, then he says, oh, this girl might beat Vivian Arujo. Oh, she might beat Miranda. She might beat Jasmine. And if she beats them, then he gonna say, oh, okay, then she can beat Macy Barber. She might beat Caitlin Chikagan. And you just keep going from there. You know what I mean? You just keep going from there. Same thing I say with Aaron. Let's talk about Aaron a little bit. People knock Aaron. I mean, Aaron Blanchfield. Aaron, whenever she beat Molly, Miranda, JJ, and they put her up against Jessica Andrade, I was like, oh yeah, that's a fight she could win. Now, had she just got signed, I'd be like, I don't think so. But there was a lot for me to go off of. Even before she was like scheduled, I was like, oh man, like if she fights somebody like Chikagan or any of these girls at the top, like she's got the skills because it's proven. The skills is highly proven now, because she's got finishes. And again, going back to Manon, Tyler, again, even Casey O'Neill, they each had three or four wins in a row. All right. When you see somebody score like O'Neal scored what, three finishes in a row? Yeah, she scored 3 finishes in a row. Then you start saying, oh, okay, this person might do something. But if you come in and you just beat somebody that, like I said on your stream, BJ, Aaron Blanchfield knocked out maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, what leg do you really have to stand on to say that she's about to be the pound for pound champion? And look, I'm not, I'm just kind of breaking it down to you how I think. This is how I think. All right. I'm not really saying, I'm not trying to argue or disagree with y'all. I mean, maybe I am disagreeing, but I'm not trying to change your mindset. But listen, this is how I think. All right. When I saw Wayne Kong beat Victoria Leonardo, I saw her do something that probably shouldn't even happen. It shouldn't even happen in the first place because Victoria Leonardo shouldn't even been there at that point. She shouldn't even been there at that point. And she did something that was done many times before. She was softened up by so many other fighters. Aaron did it in Invicta, Manon, Natalia, Gatto. Dang. Yeah, all of these fighters already done it. So at that point, somebody else that comes along, they seen somebody else do it. They'll be like, oh, I can do that too. Maybe even a little bit better because this fighter's already damaged. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. Like, that's how I just saw that first victory. Now, granted, on Six's side, the promotion, yeah, she's doing wonderful. Like, as far as her promotion, she got the Joker makeup on. She acting a fool. You know what I mean? Trying to get in people's head, putting on a show. That's all well and good. That's all well and good, if you want to be a star. But before you can really be a star, man, you got to put some bodies on your resume. Manon Fior could easily do a 180 and become a star now because, hey, she's got the resume behind it. I mean, maybe she don't have the same personality. Maybe she ain't going to be out here doing the same thing, but she still has that to stand on because everybody loves a winner. That's one thing. Everybody loves to hate somebody, but everybody loves a winner too. Because they either want to see that person keep winning or they want to see that person lose at some point, so it can kind of go either way, but you still need the skills. Like, do y'all agree with me on that? You need the skills to be a star too, right? Because I mean, Cachoeira, she can score some knockouts, but she can't really be the star because like she's one-dimensional. And I don't want to see Wayne Kong fall into that category. I'm just saying. What's up, Mark? What's going on, Marcus? I'm just saying, I don't want to see her fall into that category of just being a puncher in the unranked side, and that just kind of happens when you start to underestimate opponents, and that's just what it was. What else did I want to say? But like I said, yeah, you can be a fan of the fighter for sure. Always be a fan of these fighters. These these WMMA fighters, they need it. They really do need their fans to stick behind, stick with them. But yeah, even like going back to what I was saying, man, like, yeah, because sometimes, standing in front of your fighter, it kind of reminds me of like in high school, if you beat somebody up and you got that one friend that's always standing in front of you, that's always trying to promote you, saying, oh, yeah, this is my boy right here. He can beat up everybody, I always had, I had people like that would start with other people because I was around. Even when I was out of school, man, like I hate being around people like that. Like they're like the loud ones. And if you go out, like I'm maybe just go hang out at Burger King or somewhere, they like to be loud and they like to try to start a fight, knowing I'm around. I'm like, come on now, don't do that. Especially nowadays, you don't know what people gonna pull. So I don't like to pick no random fights, but there's certain people that do that. Like if we go somewhere, always got that one guy that like to try to start. So I just see people who stand in front of their fighters, they're the ones always saying, oh, you know what? This person can beat that person. This person right here can beat this person. They keep doing that stuff. And all the while they don't know what's going on with their fighter behind them, So I just see it like that. But you gotta be behind them. You gotta be behind them, ready to call it for what it is and just say, hey, this person right here, they still got work to do. I like them, but hey, I ain't gonna try to jump the gun, because when you get when you start jumping the gun, you know, this person here, you can get your feelings hurt. Like I said the other day, you can get your feelings hurt when you jump the gun and you match them up before their time. It's gonna be this person right here that knock them out. You didn't even think it was gonna happen, but here it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like BJ said, I'll always be behind Montana and G Rob. Yeah, going back to that too. Yeah, like there's always gonna be people you be behind, and that's cool. Like I'm always like it ain't even like a personal thing with some of these fighters. It's just like a work ethic and knowing what they do. Like I'm gonna always be behind fighters like Miranda too. You know, Miranda Maverick. You know, fighters like her, Tanisha Tennant, and Marina Rodriguez. You know, like as hard as I am, and you know, some of the things I said, like with you, Marina, I know what level she's at, but as a fan, you know, I'm always going to support them. You know, I'm always going to be supporting these fighters and hoping that they get better. You know, people might not like Marina Rodriguez. I do. You know, I like her fighting style. But if you ask me the truth, like at this point, will she get a title shot? Unfortunately, I don't think so, man. Like because maybe some of the things that she needs to work on, she's not really working on. But you know, if you just say that, oh, she's a bad fighter or call her a bum, you know, I'm gonna still say something about it because she's not. You know, she got to a position that a lot of these other fighters haven't, you know? So I just see it like that. I just do. But you know what it was really crazy too, man, is you know, sometimes people think, yeah, I'm coming after the fighters, but yeah, like I said, I'm not, you know, I'm just like mostly addressing fans when, you know, the fans are speaking more than they are because I just come from reality, man, where I just got to say, you know what? No, this person ain't ready and they just got some work to do. That's all it is. You know, we just want to see some improvements. You know, we just want to see a little bit of improvements in these fighters, and that's it. I just want to see some tests. I just want to see some tests. BJ swear I hate Casey O'Neill, but I don't hate Casey. Not a big fan of her, but I don't hate Casey O'Neill, man. You know, just because I said she can't beat Manon, I mean, hey, I'm just saying that's me and BJ's ongoing war. You know, that's me and BJ's ongoing war. We be doing that. We're gonna be doing that till we stop this thing. When I'm 50 years old and BJ is like what 40, he'll be 40 by then. Um, we still gonna be doing that. If we still dropping links, if we still dropping links, BJ, when I'm retired, man, we gonna still be doing that. BJ said you I'm gonna put this right here. BJ said you definitely hate Casey O'Neill. She whoop. Oh man. I don't hate her, man. I am not hating on Casey O'Neill. I do not hate Casey O'Neill. I know some people that do, but I'm not one of them, man. I definitely don't hate Casey O'Neill. Shoot, man. Like if if they offered me some money to train her, like as a stand-up fighter, if I was out there like that, I would train her. I definitely would, man. Now, if she made it all the way to the top and started fighting Winona, I'd be like, I don't know, man. You might have to go in this fight alone. I'm just playing. Oh wow. Paul, what's up? Paul said combo robot is saying Marina versus Newton. Wouldn't that be cool? Um, I want to see Newton get by Pierre Rodriguez first, and then maybe fight Angela Hill. I wouldn't. No, Marina's like number 7 or 8 right now, so I think that'd be too high for her. That I think that fight would be a little bit too high for Newton right now. I want to I want to see her get by Pietro Rodriguez, and then maybe fight, you know, Angela Hill, the Dream Crusher. If she can get by Angela Hill, you know, she gonna get my stamp. Like definitely rocking with Newton. You know, I want her to do well, but I want to see her take it step by step. That's a big leap. Marina's a big leap for her. That's a big leap for her. Casey O'Neill versus Miranda Maverick. Yeah, Miranda Maverick, man, they got her fighting this Jamie Lynn Horth fight. I think that she'll come through and probably dominate. And I think if she gets by Jamie Lynn Horth, I think she will. I want to see her do a ranked fight, and I think she deserves somebody like that. Because this will be 4 unranked fights in row 4. This will be her longest win streak. I think she's earned it at this point. What's up, Gunner? Gunner said Angela Hill, my ride or die. Angela Hill, man. Angela Hill, man. She been in this thing for a decade, yo. Okay, Brian. Brian said he got to dip out. He said peace and thanks. Oh yeah, no problem, man. If I don't see you, enjoy your Thanksgiving and do all of that. Enjoy the Thanksgiving. I know I'll be working. I'm gonna be working Thanksgiving. Yeah, Angela Hill definitely is an inspiration. I mean, she just never stops, and I was really hoping she'd be getting that title shot one day, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. I'm hoping. Josh said working Thanksgiving. Hey, work calls. Work calls. Work calls. Gunner said no one has improved over their UFC career more than Angela. Yeah, Angela's done some wonders as far. I mean, when it comes to her ground game now, I'm glad that she finally has stepped it up. Like her, what's her name, Jenna Bishop, getting that work in, rolling, and even with Jessica Panay, I think taking it to that level on the ground has really helped her. And seeing her score her first submission win, I was happy for her. I was. You know what's crazy too, man? I was just thinking about this Wayne Kong situation. It's crazy, man, because Wayne Kong is seen as this higher level striker than Gabby, but this high level striker, she gets submitted, but she almost gets knocked out. Right? The submission really came from her almost getting finished. Let's just say that she was finished on the feet because she caught a head kick and a left hand, right? That's what it was put her out to be choked out. So you think about that. It can't all just be one thing. Like me as a striking fan, I can admit, look, it can't all be striking. That's why I'm saying, like, when I see some of these other fighters, I'm seeing like a combination of things. Even when I see like Manon fighting, I'm not just seeing her being a striker. I'm seeing her do other things that make her, a threat to the title. But if you just say, oh, this person's got the best strike and they're gonna knock everybody out, it's not gonna happen. There's got to be something else. There's got to be something else in there. Because you see Aaron, look, BJ, you know this. Look, Aaron has been ragged on throughout her climb up the ladder, right? Aaron's been ragged on all the way up the ladder about her striking. Yet, she hasn't been knocked out. Ain't that crazy? We keep talking about Erin Blanchfield, how bad she is on the feet. And well, I'm not saying me, but yeah, don't put me in that. Everybody keeps saying that Aaron. I said Aaron needs to polish it, but everybody keeps talking about how Aaron is just raggedy on the feet. Yet she ain't getting knocked out like this quote unquote A-level striker. And her striking was still effective enough to do so much against Rose Namajunas. See, I could, and that just shows you, look, you got to be exactly. Aaron can do it all. You got to be able to do it all. You got to be able to do it all in there. That's why I would say, that's why I picked Erin Blanchfield against Rose. Now, had even Wayne Kong knocked out 3 or 4 more people, let's say Wayne Kong did beat Gabby, and let's say she did go ahead and let's go down the timeline. Let's say Wayne Kong did knock out Gabby, then she knocks out Casey O'Neill and maybe beats one other person. She beats like 3 people in a row by knockout. When she fights Rose, I don't think she would win that fight. No, You go up there climbing this ladder, knocking people out. So I think this was a lesson learned for her. She needed this fight. She needed this fight to kind of pump her brakes, because had she not, and she scored another knockout, then she would have thought she was invincible. See, I think Aaron's found more ways to win, and she's had to make more adjustments. But if you just go through thinking you can knock everybody out and you do that, and you get to a point and then you fight somebody that's well-rounded like a Rose Namajunas, she would definitely beat her. Where I see Aaron. Okay, Aaron lost to Manon, but along the way, she beat all these other different fighters like Tyler, Andrade, Miranda, JJ, these different styles. She's done different things, but all the while, the most she's done, like as far as down the rankings, she lost one round to JJ, before that fight with Fior. But other than that, she's always been able to adapt in a fight. She's always been able to adapt in a fight. And she's made it all the way there without getting knocked out. But if you play that game and you're not really taking your time in there and you throw caution to the wind, that's what happens. Yeah, she's got an iron chin too. Iron chin, iron will. Hold on. Yeah, Fatima Klein is gonna fight Dudakova too. That's gonna be a good fight. I got Fatima Klein in that one. Fatima Klein is a big strawweight, well-rounded strawweight too. Aaron ain't been knocked out by active strikers. Kong got knocked out by a girl that was waiting. Yeah. Six said I get at Aaron all the time, but her style suits her and she knows how to use her strengths. Yeah. Like she may not have the top level striking, but she knows that this is an MMA fight. You know what I mean? Like she's not being judged on her pretty boxing or her pretty stand-up game. Like she'll throw hands when she's got to. You know what I mean? Like she'll throw it in a way that works for her, and that's what's most important about a grappler throwing hands. Just making sure that they can connect and wear you down. That's what's really important, and that's how she beat a former champion like that with just her grit and making it work for her. Yeah, I do agree. Robot Aaron needs better defense and to tighten up. Yeah, because along the way it will backfire against a Valentina or so. Close to Aaron relies on her grit and cardio to win fights, but her striking defense is the worst at flyweight. Yeah, I think her defense, like that technical type of defense, is bad, but sometimes the best offense is the best defense, and when she's throwing and when she's pressuring, that's kind of like her defense. Against better strikers, that's not going to work, but against like some grapplers or girls that wait too long, letting your hands go is her best defense. And I think that's kind of how she's been trained, is just to kind of work that defense like that by throwing more, That's how Rose was kind of off balance. But yeah, tighten it up on that technical defense, very important. Robot Chicken said, combo Invicta is around the corner. I'm taking Maya. Oh, you taking Maya against Toledo Bernardo? I don't know, man. I think I might have to go with I'm not sure. I might be rocking with Bernardo. I might be rocking with Bernardo in that fight. I think so, man. Toledo Bernardo's been holding on to that belt. She's been defending that thing. I give her some credit. She's been getting better as a fighter. So I like that. This is the second bantamweight fight since her return to Invicta for Jennifer Maia. Yeah, that's right around the corner. Zama said no UFC this weekend, but it's Dakota fight weekend. Yep. We got this fight coming up this weekend. I will be on to call that fight Friday. I think it's Friday afternoon, right? So yeah, I'll be on to call that fight. Unfortunately, Chanel Dyer had an injury and she's out of the fight against the Polish girl that she's gonna be fighting next month. So that kind of sucks, but oh well. But yeah, I'm definitely tuning into this one, man. We and look, I'm just telling y'all, look, I'm think I'm picking Tyler Santos, but I ain't gonna lie, I'll be a little crushed if Dakota loses because we do need some stars. You know what I mean? Like WMMA does need some stars right now. And this is no knock to Tyler because Tyler, she's a good fighter, but I just think Dakota does bring some type of energy and some type of excitement, and I feel like see now look, Wayne Kong already got knocked out. Wayne Kong already got knocked out now, so that kind of puts her on the back burner. So now let's say if we get Dakota up in there mauled and tore up and she gets submitted, then that's another one. I mean, I'll be happy for Tyler though. I might get her back in the UFC. So it's just two sides to the coin I keep seeing here, man. Like I would love to see Tyler go in there and win, finally get a championship. But if Dakota goes in there and gets like mauled and beat up, I'll be like, oh boy, man, that we just ain't got no stars. People, she just in there talking now, right? Everybody gonna be like, oh, she just all talk. So part of me wants to see maybe at least a split decision to make them both look good. I don't know. I want both of them to come out of there looking somewhat like warriors, so they can both at least, put on a good show for WMMA. Like when Whaley and Joanna fought. When you saw that fight, you was like, oh yeah, this is what we needed. This is what we needed, right? It wasn't just some quick knockout. Like I don't want to. I don't really. I'm gonna go on record and say I don't want to see anybody get dominated in this fight. All right. I don't want to see this thing be one-sided. I want to see a good fight. What's up? Nothing is original. He said, let's talk about the real matchup on Friday. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we're doing right now. He said the Dakota Tyler fight. He said 1 milli is also on the line. Yeah, 1 mil's on the line. Zama said, what's that? Dakota talking stuff. Never heard her talking crazy. Not Dakota. I don't mean Dakota. I mean like the fans here, because that's what I meant to say is the fans. The fans are pushing her higher than she is, pushing her higher than she is. So that's the part of me, I want fans to see, I want fans to get that reality check again, if need be. But I personally hate to see her lose, because she's not really doing much talking. No, she's not really doing any talking. I mean, she's talking with the hands. She is talking with the hands, and that's how I like it. But I want to see it against some good competition. And Santos is a good fighter. This is where we see if she is going to be in that UFC, and if she beats Tyler, for sure, for sure. BJ said Dakota versus Robertson would have been fire. Ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh man, I don't know. What do y'all think about that? I don't know. Dakota hits hard. Let me say, I'm gonna just say this, BJ. Jillian walked through those Agapova elbows, but Dakota, man, I think maybe 2 or 3 of those will put Robertson out. I said it. Look, I'm sorry, man. Reality train tonight, man. I'm on that reality train now. That reality train is just hitting right now, man. That reality train is coming through right now, man. BJ, look, I like what Jillian's doing at 115. Jillian is a strawweight. That's a nice way I can say it. I think Jillian is a proven strawweight right now. But Dakota, the way she hits, man, and I compared to how she got hit she was taking them hard shots from Agapova. Now, if she can get a takedown, see the difference. Look, if she can get a takedown like Jenna Bishop did, see, Jillian likes to drag you down. Jillian, she does like to drag you down, right? Eventually she'll get you there. But like if she could do like a Jenna Bishop had done, we'll see. Maybe she could have got it. Maybe she could submit it, but I don't know, man. BJ said choo choo. Look, BJ, I'm just saying, man, like these styles, these styles, man, these styles when you match these fighters, this girl got power in her hands. Like if it's reminiscent of Macy Barber's power, and this girl knows how to, keep that range. You got to remember that she's a big flyweight. She's a big flyweight. She like what 5'8", and she moves too. She ain't flat-footed. She is not a flat-footed fighter too. So that's one striker I think would give her some problems, man. Definitely. If Agapo, like I said, was landing them elbows like that on the head and them hard shots, I don't know if she could take a number of them shots from Dakota. Dakota, I think, hits a little bit harder than Agapo does. Nothing is original. He said, "Who do you have as the bantamweight champion by the end of 2025?" Yeah, Zama said 5'9". Yeah, she's 5'9". Your girl's tall. She's a big flyweight and big and athletic and can move too. I think that gives Jillian some problems. By the end of the year, nothing's original. If Amanda comes back, Amanda, I don't even know if Kayla Harrison makes weight. That's the issue right here. If Kayla Harrison can't make weight and that fight is postponed, Juliana Pena might still be champion because she might be fighting somebody like the winner of Ketlen Vieira versus Macy Chiasson. But if Amanda comes back, for that third fight, Amanda could be champion. You know what else I want to talk about too? I'm gonna have to talk about this in another video, man. Like, I was listening to that interview. What is their name? What are those guys' names? That BITB show on Ariel Wani's show? Juliana Pena was getting treated like trash, man, as a champion, man. Like, she was talking about how she couldn't get a ticket. Like, shouldn't the UFC give champions tickets? I'm gonna put that up as a poll. What do y'all think, man? Like, shouldn't the UFC give the champions free tickets? Y'all got enough money. Come on, man. Let's say big events too. Like, even if y'all don't go out the way to give it, what if they at least ask? Shouldn't they get it? Gunner said, I think Kayla has two more ride. Hold on. Oh, that was that. Gunner said, I think Kayla has two more cuts in her, no more than that. I think one of those things might send her to the hospital, though, man, because she already went once. Josh said UFC has her favorites. There are some fighters who do. I think all the champions should get free tickets. Yeah, no more than that. I kind of agree with you on that, Gunner. I think one of them is going to be rough. Yeah, man. What I was listening to what Juliana Pena was talking about, but I was like, man, like, she getting treated like garbage. I know, like, it was in New York, and she said Secret Service was heavy. It's probably because of what Trump was there, right? But the way she was saying it, like, she had to hit Dean Thomas up. She asked Dean Thomas if he had a ticket, but Dean Thomas was like, nah, DM Dan Ige, he got a ticket. And that's the funny part. You know how this was just like going down. Like, she was like, no, he said, hit up Dan Ige, he got a ticket. So she hit him up, and he DM'd her and said, I guess he'll get her a ticket, at the will call. And when she gets there, it was just like, they was like, nah, you can't get in. She's sitting back, and like some other trash was going down, and it was just something like she would just get thrown to the side till eventually, she was able to get the ticket. So I just kind of thought that was funny. Like, they're just like us when they get there. Even when they win the belt, they got to stand in line too. Wouldn't that be crazy if you was in line, getting your ticket, and you back there with Juliana Pena and she waiting back there with you? Wouldn't that be kind of like not funny, but wouldn't it just be like, dang, what you doing in line with us getting a ticket? Like, I just got thrown out. Why you getting thrown out? You got thrown out for the same reason? But then again, they don't ever put their champions on the big screen. They keep putting the stars on the big screen. They don't even show Suarez or Pena. They won't show them people up there. They shoot Grasso and Shevchenko fighting. You won't even show your number one contender Manone up there. So, I don't know. Robot Chicken said, "Combo, what do you think about Connor? Since he's guilty, man, I don't think he should be fighting anymore, man. I think I don't think he should be fighting anymore. He found guilty. If he did that, he might need to be gone now. Juliana ain't the first champ to be treated like that. Stipe complained before, and Joanna, even Joanna too, man. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. The UFC makes enough money. Nothing is original. He said the UFC kicks fighters' families out of the apex. Now the organization is trash. Yeah, because I don't even think they do that in boxing, man. Like, well, I think some boxers still have to pay for their tickets, but it seems like some of them, some of the older ones, when they get in, they can get up there. I don't know. I don't know. But it's just a money driven situation. So, that's another thing, man. Look, this world ain't never your family. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not your family. Like, the UFC is not family. It, when you stop making money, everybody's gone. I'm sure there's some people who build tight relationships, of course, training partners, training, friends. It happens, but as soon as things go south for you, nobody's going to be there for you 100%. Dana might say he loves some of these people, but when they fall off, is he really going to be there? With the with the Connors and the John Jones, there's money on their back, so he gonna do whatever he can to save them. But when it comes down to people in your corner, like, shoot, no, like UFC is a business, so uh, I wouldn't get too tight with them like that. Some of these fighters be like, "Hey, man, like I want to be in the UFC. I love these people. They always gonna be there for me. Mick Maynard, they always got my back." Shoot, you'll see. We'll see, because I just kind of think that's messed up. How many total champions are there in the UFC? I ain't got the rankings up. Like, let's count them. Like, how many seats would that be? Y'all act like that's gonna be a whole section. You got what? How many divisions? All right, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got 11. 8 men's divisions and 3 women. Right? Let me see. Let me make sure I count that. Yeah, it's almost at 10. Yeah, like 10 or 11. Think about 10. Yeah, 11. Okay, 11. Got about 11. That's 11 seats. You guarantee them 11 seats. You give up 11 ringside seats, man, and maybe some seats for their significant others, or their family. Come on. We got Juliana Pena out here like she trying to sneak in backstage, and she I could just picture her like trying to come in with her belt and everything, and they'd be like, "Hey, who's this right here with this little toy belt trying to act like she a champion?" They'd be like, "This ain't Amanda Nunes. This ain't the champion." The guards, they probably don't even know. The guards probably casuals too. They probably like, "Hey, this ain't Nunes. Get Nunes her belt back. This girl stole Nunes's belt." I'm just saying, man. It's probably something like that. They don't even know. Victor, what's up, man? Yeah, a lot of narcissists. Yeah. Robot Chicken said Dana has been looking out for Shane Cohen. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Josh said UFC is like my narcissist family. They don't give about you unless you can do something for them. Yeah, give and take. It's a give and take game. I mean, it's a business, so in a way, I understand it, but it's not something I'd want to be a part of. Like, I just like talking about the fight game, but um, the actual business to it. Like, yeah, we enjoy watching the fights. We enjoy talking about the training and the news coming up, but being part of that, nah. Yon call out Wei Lee. Yeah, yeah, she did. Yeah, Yon called out Wei Lee again, like Victor said. I think I want to see Yon versus Verna, or Yon versus Lamos next year first. I don't know where Suarez is fitting in right now, if she's getting her shot or what, but Verna might have to sit back. So Lamos and Yon, any of those fights, I would like to see Yon in there with before getting that rematch. G Frame, what's up? He said, dude was in his shorts with no shoes. Who's that? Hold on. G Frame said, I remember when after that Johnny Walker fight, after a fight, Johnny Walker accidentally walked out the wrong door, which led to outside T-Mobile Arena, and they would not let him back in. Wow, I must have missed that one. Dang, man. See, yeah, they treat it like it's a club too, man. Like they just say, keep going, keep going. You know what I mean? Like you just keep going in. And then after that, they don't even look at your face. But so when you step out, they're like, where your wristband at? You can't come in there barefoot. You can't come in there with no shoe. Get out of here. One reason I can't stand clubs either, man. Like I couldn't stand clubs since I was 18 years old, man. Like I don't know about you, BJ. But I can't stand clubs, man. Like I remember I couldn't get into clubs, man, because I was too much of a quote unquote thug. I dressed too thug to get into a club. It was always my fault too, man, because everybody that was with me that wanted to get in, they was all right. I could never get in. I could never get in. It was always my fault. You know what I mean? Like it was always my fault because of how I dressed, long hair and everything. So it was like, oh, you can't get in, man. You can't get in because your shoes or your pants. So I was like, dang, man. Everybody else that was with me, they let in. But they wouldn't leave me behind, so we all would leave. So I was always like, I bet you they feeling I bet you they feel some kind of way when I come out, when I come out with them, man, you know. But yeah, that's it. Since I was 18, man, I was like, nah, I can't do this, man. Bars are better than clubs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bars are better. Bars are better. Can you smoke in clubs? Like smoke cigarettes? Yeah. Yeah, you can smoke. You can smoke in the club. I mean, nowadays I think you can do all of that. Like I haven't been to a club in a long time. Oh, see, BJ. Oh yeah, yeah, you can smoke cigarettes in the club, as far as I know. Hmm. BJ said I got told that too, except I was wearing a tucked in polo with Sperry's on. See, BJ, he came prepared. He came prepared. Lolita said, "Can you smoke?" I can't tell you because I don't smoke. So you probably can nowadays, though. You probably can nowadays. I used to, yeah, close was passing the Black and Mild. I used to do that. Yeah, I used to have the Black and Miles. But that I remember them, me and BJ. Sometimes you could come in with that type of dress code. Yeah, you could come in with that dress code, but them big meathead bouncer dudes always trying to meet their quota. They be trying to bounce you out. They be like, nah, we got enough of y'all in here. That's exactly how it would be. They'd be like, nah, we got enough of y'all in here. Look, clubs be letting underage girls in though. I think that's already out there. People know that. I mean, clubs are trash anyway, but you let underage girls in, but hey, you ain't gonna let somebody just trying to come in and hang out with their friends. Like BJ said, you could be dressed down just like that, preppy, and they still ain't gonna let you in. So you could be a champion of the world and you still ain't getting in. You still ain't getting in. Six said, if your money right, you can smoke anywhere. Yellow lead. It wasn't your clothes. That's the point. It wasn't your clothes. It wasn't your clothes. No Casey O'Neal fans in here. That's what it was. They said, "Oh, this that guy that like Casey O'Neal. This is that guy that like Casey O'Neal. We gotta show him out. Turn him around." Zama said, "In my town, clubs is the place to find problems. It's almost guaranteed." Yeah, I think that's about everywhere. I mean, sometimes you can have some good nights, I'm sure, but yeah, like that's why I never really like to go. Never really like to go. Definitely now that I'm older, man, I'm done with that crap. Been done with that crap. Don't even tell me you're going to a club nowadays, man. I'm staying at home. I'm gonna sit up and watch UFC fight night with y'all. James said you've been to after hours like 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Never that late. I mean, I've just been out one time, maybe like till 4 a.m. and that's all I can do. Like I'm a night person, but not with other people. Robot said, "Have you ever been to a strip club?" Oh yeah, we all been there. Yeah, we all been there. Definitely done with that life too. I'm not touching that anymore. Got no use for it. You know, I did it. You know, when I was younger, growing up, just to experience it. But as I got older, I was like, you know what? I would be happier with the money. You know, when you go with other friends, they drag you along, you just go and you have a little fun. But over the years, I realized I'm happier with $1 in my hand. I can get so much more joy out of $1, my $1, than having this, woman take it from me. And that's yeah. I mean, I'd rather put that thing in a vending machine and get me a candy bar now. Even though I don't eat candy, I'd rather hey, give me a bag of something, but it's staying in my pocket. Colossal said they moved Kareem down and Tracy Cortez up. Kareem pissed him off when she lost. You know it, man. Come on, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Let's go to those rankings real quick. All right. Yeah, they knew that was wrong. Hold on. Let me pull these rankings up here real quick. All right. But yeah, man, shout out to my man Six up in here. He said he been a club promoter in the states they call after hours speakeasy. It's a place where strip clubs and club workers go after. He said I ran an after hours spot in Toronto for years. Okay. B just said I did run into Alan Crowder in a bar close to my house 2 years after I interviewed him. Oh, okay. Let me see these rankings. G Frame said he used to drive strippers, a lot of shady characters in that line of work. Closum said this turned it into a P chat. No, it's not. No, it's not. We ain't getting that graphic up in here. We start getting graphic like that, Closum, we gonna have to shut it down. Um Oh, here we go. Flyweight rankings real quick. Casey O'Neill, Arian De Silva, Jasmine, Kareen is number 12 now. Bumping Tracy Cortez up to number 11. All right. So with Tracy Cortez, bumping up to 11, hopefully if Miranda Maverick can get that fight, it'll mean even more for her. That would be good. I would like to see that. So hopefully she can get that thing, man. Hopefully she can get that fight because she's getting that off of being canceled. I mean, at least Kareem Silva was fighting though. Yeah, but yeah, that is a situation too. Tracy did have surgery, like definitely not knocking that, but still. Yeah, Kareem did lose, right? So Viviano Rojo's number 9. Andrade's at number 8. What do y'all think about Andrade at flyweight right now? Do y'all think Andrade beats anybody at flyweight now? Like who does Jessica Andrade beat that's worthy? Do you think she should leave 125? What do y'all think? What do you think, Colostrum? Should Jessica Andrade just leave 125, or does she have any chances of winning at this point? Like, 2 or 3 years ago, her name was kind of a novelty there. After beating Chikagan and before she fought the champion, right? But since then, it's just been kind of Yeah, Josh said Andrade shouldn't even be ranked. Lolita said no. Robot said Andrade has a better chance 115. BJ says she can beat Jasmine. Ooh, what do y'all think? Y'all think she can beat Jasmine? I think that'd be the only fight that would be possible. And then again, I think she would blow it. That probably would be the winnable fight for her. If any of them take that Mackenzie Dern approach, she's giving them whiplash. I'm telling you. Honest truth. Honest truth. Let me see. Could she beat Ariane Lipsky? I don't know. I think her and Rose might need to wrap it up though. Yeah, BJ said Andrade versus Lipsky. That'd be a fight. Andrade versus Casey O'Neill. James said actually Andrade Barber would be good. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Maybe that might be the return fight, man. That might be the return fight for Macy Barber. Because they might not do. I don't think they'll do Aaron versus Macy right now. I don't think. Because I remember, Barbara did go on record to say she wanted Lauren Murphy or Andrade in her next fight. So they might leave that one out there for her just as a return fight. I know Andrade is number 8 and Barbara's the top 4 now, but do you think Macy Barber is really going to come back and fight anybody above her right now? I don't think there's anybody open, right? Grasso's injured. Manone's next for the title. Aaron's ahead of her. So they might do Aaron Natalia or Aaron Barber. This is getting interesting now. Now that Grasso's out with the broke leg, man, this is kind of getting interesting. I wonder how it's going to turn out. Andrade, Zama said Andrade for sure can beat Kareem. If Kareem come in there with that disrespectful approach like she did against Viviane Araújo, she could get knocked out. Like, just honest truth. Like, if she take that Mackenzie Dern approach, yeah, she probably could lose that fight. The way she fought, just coming right into Araújo's space like she was doing, yeah, she could lose that fight. So maybe I don't really see Andrade beating anybody above her, but below her, there are some fighters that she could beat with that bad approach. The more these girls stick their chin out there, like Karine, Jasmine, or even the smaller girls like Lipsky, those are three fights at flyweight she could win, but they mean nothing. They don't really mean nothing to her at this point. Like, if she's going for the belt, she needs to be at 115. Ebos versus Karine. Oh, that'd be a good fight. Yeah, Ebos can fight, man. That's one girl I was going record like. This ain't no simp thing either. I love that girl's fighting style. Like, I like her character. I don't know. She's like a Stamp Fairtex to me. She's like a Street Fighter character. Like, I love Amanda Ebos. Not in that way either, man. I just love her demeanor and her fight attitude. Like, I don't even know if she's gonna be champion one day, but yeah, I just like her. I just like her attitude and her outlook on life and fighting. You know what I mean? Like, girl, wild and crazy. But when she in there fighting, man, you'd be like, dang, this girl in here tossing big old Chikagan 5'10" tail around. She up in there judo tossing Chikagan legs all up in the air, getting tossed around. She came in making noise. She came in making noise at flyweight. But dang, man, that Barber fight was something. That Barber fight was, whew. I would have liked to see Ebos win that thing too, with all the heart she was putting into it. But man, yeah, nobody intimidates her. BJ. Yeah, Paul said Ebos is so cool. 6 said I like Ebos's grit. Yeah, I do too. Josh said he simps over. Robot said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of KGB and Vivi. They need to go. Kareem was supposed to give Araújo a pink slip. Not today. Araújo came with the game plan. What she came with the work ethic. She said, I ain't going nowhere. Macy did give her the business, Paul. Macy came through with some hard shots. And I think what was it? Yeah. Macy was the one that fractured her eye socket too. Because I remember in the first round, you could hear an elbow land, right? I heard the elbow land, and I think Amanda Ebos's father said he heard the elbow land, and I think that was the elbow that fractured Ebos's eye socket. So yeah, she a G, man. Like, y'all want to put the list of G's up in the fight game? All right, I got Pena up there. I got Amanda Ebos in there. Um, who else has been G'd up? Carol Rosa, Irene Aldana. That's some of them fighters that been G'd up. You know, they the ones that been they've been putting that G card on the line. James Press said Rocky beat Barber. Never forget. Oh yeah, Big Norma. Yeah, Big Norma's a G. Big Norma's been, she a G too, man. Who else? Man, who is Norma fighting next? James said Barber will fight Rose or Grasso next. She'll probably push for Grasso since Rose just lost. Well, Grasso's recovering from the leg injury, the broken leg. So if she wants to come back as soon as possible, I think if she called for Rose, then she need to do that. Yeah, Kiel Rosa is close. So how did Vivi pull out that Jasmine fight? And after she whooped Fatima, they gave it to Kareem. They better stop disrespecting Jasmine. Yeah, that would have been a nice fight to reschedule. Vivi and Jasmine. Yeah, Aaron Blanchfield. Yeah, no doubt. Aaron Blanchfield, Angela Hill. Angela Hill still in there. Anybody that's still up in there fighting after their face is all warped up. Joanna was a G. Wei Lee. Grasso is out for a year. Oh boy, if that holds her, boy, I tell you what, man. If she out for a year, then I mean, with her out being a year, it ain't going to disrupt the division. I mean, we still got a lot of the fighters. I mean, Grasso fought how many title fights? She fought 3, right? So, in the meantime, you got Silva, Aaron, Manone, Barber. Yeah, you got a good lineup up there. There's no shortage of contenders. Perez versus Rosa, who you leaning towards? Eileen Perez and Kel Rosa? I'm leaning towards Kel Rosa. Yeah. I think Perez has shown more tools because she's had to, but that's against lower competition. I think Kel Rosa has a hell of a better stand-up game, but she's got to be careful. Kel Rosa's strong too. Kel Rosa is strong. But she gotta be aware of the ground. She gotta be aware. Her leg kicks are powerful too, man. I don't want her to go out and be too one-dimensional with how she throws it, though. Be telegraphed. That combination it's got to be carefully nurtured where she's using it the right way. He said Perez ground game will be the difference. BJ said I got Perez sub in round 1. No way, man. BJ gonna leave on that note too. Talking about I gotta run, y'all. Bad calls. He said see y'all soon. He gonna try to leave on that note, man. Talking about Eileen Perez gonna sub Carol. I don't think so, man. I know her IQ ain't the best, but I think her stand-up game might do some serious damage in this fight. James said Barber is not fighting Natalia. Not even sure Aaron will fight her. Somebody better fight her. She better have a fight schedule because she is going to go on record as a boogie woman here. If the UFC announce it, 2025. Yeah, Lolita said Aaron would fight her. Yeah, Aaron going to fight her. Perez is a serious contender. People are overlooking her. Is she a serious? I think she's a serious fighter, serious prospect, but I don't think she's a serious contender yet. See her beat a couple of these ranked girls. You get a Misha Tate under your name, maybe like I said, a Carol Rosa, and then maybe a Irene Aldana, or get you about maybe two or three of them names, and then she'll look like a contender. What's up, Gabby? Gabby said Juju. Yeah, Juju and Carly Giudice are going to fight. I kind of lean towards Carly Giudice in that fight. Juju needs that fight. Juju needs the win. Gabby said Juju versus Carly, loser gets cut. Juju gets cut. Just being honest, I think Juju would get cut on that one because that's how many she would lose. That's 3, right? That's 3 losses. Carly, I know she lost a close fight to Gabby Fernandes, but they ain't gonna cut her. They won't cut her. I still think they'll keep her. Combo, who wins Yasmin Lucindo versus Knutson? Ooh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I'm going to go with Josephine Knutson off top right now. Just first reaction, and just off of like IQ from current fights, I'm going to say Josephine Knutson. The first name that came to mind. That's what I said. I ain't even going to think too hard. I just say first name that come to mind. Ain't nobody cut if KGB. That's how you end it right there. Ain't nobody cut if KGB ain't cut. That's right. You ain't cutting no more fighters if you still got Andrea Lee in business. If Andrea Lee is still in the business, you ain't getting cut. Hold on, y'all. Be right back. All right, let me ask a question here. I'm gonna just pick somebody. I'm gonna pick several people. All right, let's start with Zaman. All right, Zaman, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna just pick a fighter. Since you high on Dakota, all right, Zaman, who would you pick for Dakota's path to the championship? Like, name some fighters you think Dakota Ditcheva could beat on her way to the championship. Like, if you had to match her up with fighters to get her to the belt, who would you put her up against? That's how trainers do. They try to find that not easy path, but they always say, let's match these people up with somebody. Okay, we know we can get them there and make them look good. Lolita said Lemos versus Robertson. Ooh, oh boy. I'm gonna go with Lemos. Zama said everybody. Okay. He thinks she could be everybody at this point. So no grapplers in there that you think could give her a problem. Robot said KGB is fighting for a check. She let Monty smoke her. Oh boy, yeah. Second time. All right. Zach said I'm giving Ditcheva, Arujo, Barber, and Manon. Okay. 3 good stand-up fighters, as far as going up the ladder. Not too much worry about a ground game there, so she would just be more standing. Colostrum, you high on Jasmine. Who would you give Jasmine on her road to the belt? Who's even grappler? Only Aaron. Yeah, Aaron and of course the champion. But yeah, this division's not just now I think about it, the division doesn't really have high grapplers anymore, do it? The division changed so much. Let's see. Rose don't really use her grappling as much. It's turning into more strikers at the top now. James said, would you give her a top 5 girl right away? No. I wouldn't give her a top 5 girl right away. Marcus said I would give Dakota Priscilla. I give Priscilla Cachoeira. That would be Cachoeira's farewell fight right there. Man, what if what if Priscilla catch her, man? What if Priscilla put her to sleep, man? What if Priscilla went in there and put her to sleep? You never know. You never know, man. Like, what if Dakota got matched up against Priscilla and the same thing happened like Gabby did? Like Gabby did Wayne. Yes, what I'm saying. You just can't underestimate people or get too high up on them. That's why I just test and see. Zama said he thinks she'd be everybody. All right. Well, I'm just saying be realistic. Like Colostrum said, okay, Jasmine versus Chikagian. Then Jasmine versus Alexa because of her no takedown defense. Okay. Gunner said he would give her Cortez, Seminar, and Manon. Okay. Dakota was versus Jazzy if Dakota comes to the UFC. Okay. James said, how many fights before a top 5 girl? 3 to 4. 3 to 4. Three to four. Yeah, I would say 3 to 4. G Frame said Priscilla is still in the UFC. I'm guessing she is, man. At one point I thought she got cut, but I didn't ever see anything on Twitter saying that she was cut. Gabby said Dakota for sure gets a top 10 opponent in her debut. Ooh. Top 10 opponent, huh? And look, this is all based off of what I'm seeing right now. Now, she ain't fought Tyler yet. Now, if she come in there barely beating Tyler, I'm gonna stand on that. But if she could go in there and do something crazy like wash Tyler, might cut it down a little bit. Maybe 2, maybe 3. But if she go in there and do something, and not look good against Tyler, she look like she's struggling in there after Friday night. The tone's gonna change. He said, just give Dakota the title shot like they doing with Kaya Secure. Yeah, then she gonna wind up with that blood diamond type of record. Josh said if Dakota's making 250 a fight, 250K a fight, better be fighting Macy or Rose or Aaron, right? Josh said Dakota won't be fighting Kansas in the UFC, not at the dollar she will be making. No, you won't be fighting them type of fighters over here. You'll be fighting some fighters with some skills and already fighters that's been humbled and humiliated before. So you can be fighting some better people. Dakota versus Casey O'Neill. Who wins? Hmm. Think, good boy. I think we know the answer to that. All right. Dakota versus Casey O'Neill. BG already went to bed, right? He's gone, right? Well, he knows the answer. He knows who I'm gonna pick. Jay said, I guess it depends on how the Santos fight plays out. Yeah. It does. It does. It really does. Because I mean, once you see her do something to Santos, who didn't really get cut because she was a bad fighter, that's technically like her beating like a high level UFC fighter. You know what I mean? Like if she goes in there and starches Santos, then my tone would probably really change, because if she does something amazing against a girl like Santos who fought Aaron and in a lot of people's eyes beat Valentina, that would tell me, oh, okay, this girl can do something, That would definitely make me say, oh, wow, okay, Dakota, let's get her in the top 8. Let's go give her a top 8 here. You know what I mean? Let's give her one of these fighters because she graduated. She passed a certain test, So, okay, yeah, close from saying if she stops Santos, okay, you stop Santos. Stop the girl that Valentina couldn't stop. Looks even better, right? Because remember, Dakota beating Santos has more weight than Wayne Kong beating Victoria Leonardo. I'm sorry, I had to bring it back to that. I got to bring it back to that because these are the two fighters a lot of people overhype when y'all come over here. Y'all overhyping Wayne Kong or Dakota. But if you have to ask me now, if you matching people up and you got Wayne Kong beating Victoria Leonardo, that's one thing. But Dakota beating even a PFL Tyler Santos, that means more. That definitely earns some stripes. That definitely earns stripes. So to me, if we say Santos beat Valentina, and then you thinking Dakota beat Santos, okay, well she's beating a top contender that didn't deserve to get cut from the UFC. Makes sense. Dakota versus Stoyarenko. Now that would kind of be embarrassing to give her a Stoyarenko. I wouldn't do that. But then again, I don't know. Wayne got sent to the Shadow Realm. Is she back yet? Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna get on tomorrow too, man. I got a show to do here with y'all. We're gonna talk about LFA too. There's some good LFA fights, and we got one more straw. One, how many more strawweights? No, we got one more flyweight fight this year. This Maverick and Horth fight. I think that's it. Man, I don't know though, man. This UFC China card, it was well put together. I mean, it was satisfying. It sucked it wasn't a card I could call with y'all because of the time of day. You know what I mean? Like, I really wish that card would have been like a late night card, but still, it was fun. I mean, I got off work, sat down, had my breakfast, and I was watching the card, and I finished it too. I was able to watch a little bit at work, had it playing. Started at 3 a.m. and by the time I got home, unwinding, I'm watching the Peter Yan and Davison Figueiredo fight. So It really didn't seem as long as it does on the weekends. Like when I'm watching cardio on Saturdays, I'll be ready for them things to be done, man. I ain't gonna lie, we get on there at 6 and that car be on till like 1 in the morning. I'll be ready to shut it down, man. But with this one, it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, it was just not fun to hear some reactions and give my reactions because these three WMMA fights together, it delivered. You know, I think the performances of all three of the lady fights really, really, really was a good combination. Like, we rarely get that. It's usually like one decision, maybe one good knockout. Then the other two are kind of, average. But this one, they all three were good. Jan Xiaonan beating Ricci was a good, satisfying fight. Gabriela Fernandez, that was a shocking yet satisfying fight. Um, oh man, phew. Shi Ming, Shao Tan, that one, ooh, the way it just delivered, man. I mean, scary, but yes. Paul said, "What is the picture, man? You have." Oh, that was when she was calling out Valentina. I just put it up there because we was talking about standing behind fighters, and backing them up when they doing something as far as just just being a real fan of them. We got Xi Ming out here, a doctor sending people to the hospital. Y'all see the irony in that, man? This girl gonna send somebody to the doctor, and she a doctor. She should have went on and started her internship right up in there. She done set up her training course right there. you know, Doctor out here hurting people. That's crazy. A doctor out here sending people to the hospital. Yeah, job security. That's what we say on our job, man. Job security. Whenever something come up, we be like job security. When everybody start complaining about work coming in, we be like, hey, that's job security, man. Dakota should have 2 UFC fights before a title shot, in my opinion. Robot said, oh, okay, I agree with that. If she looks good against Tyler, though. If she looked bad against Tyler, I'd say 3. If it's a split decision, I say 3 or 4. Who do you want to see? Who would you see? Okay, Robot. Who do you want to see Dakota fight to get to that title? Yeah, I saw her. I saw her colostrum. She was trying, like when little kid, might knock another kid off the swing, and they over there get the wind knocked out of them. They over there crying, and they looking like I didn't do nothing, or I did that. I didn't mean to. Robot said Natalia or Manon. Yeah, yeah, Natalia Manon. Yeah. Those are good fights. James said, "Do you think Dakota whoops Aaron right now?" No, can't say she whoops Aaron right now. Nope. I say that with confidence too. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, no, I don't see her beating her like that. Not yet. We said that about everybody, and then you see what happens, right? Something has to be proven. Something's got to be proven. It never worked like that. People said Wayne Cohn was going to do this, do that. What happened? Right? I don't see that happening. People thought Aaron was going to lose a rose. What happened? I'm sure she's not going to take the same approach as she did to Dakota. She's gonna know what she's got to. She's gonna know what she's up against. Off of resume and grit and proven, I will say, um, I'll say, James, I'm gonna do like BJ. I'm gonna say 65-45. No, I'll say mm, 65-35. 65-35, 60-40, up in that range. Yeah, Gunner said Aaron is a different level. Josh said Kong let us all down. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. She ain't done, couldn't have let y'all all down because she ain't do nothing yet. Girl only came into the fight. She only came into the UFC with one big win. She ain't do nothing yet. That's why if Dakota lose, I don't want people saying she let y'all down. No, she wasn't even ready yet. Girl wasn't even a piece of bread yet. She was still raw dough. Y'all was ready to eat. I almost said if you were Mick, would you do Natalia versus Aaron or Natalia versus Macy? Okay. If I was Mick Maynard right now, shoot. If I was Mick Maynard right now, I think I would do Aaron and Macy. And since Natalia already won 6 fights, I might go ahead and give Natalia the next shot after Manon. See, now that Grasso's out of the picture, like I just kind of have to be realistic. I'm gonna say this girl is 6-0 right now. She's already done her homework. And I think she's ready. She's talking like it too. So if I was Mick Maynard, I would make Natalia Silva very excited and happy. I would say, Natalia, I think you got the next shot. You done won 6 in a row. Yeah. Macy, you've been out for 8 to 9 months, going on a year. You want to get sharp again. All right. Aaron, you are 1-1. You lost to Manoni, you beat Rose. The opponent you want is out right now. So I am going to have Aaron versus Macy. That's exactly what I would do. I would go ahead and shoot Natalia up to be in the next title shot. Gunnar said, "What's Dakota's contract status?" I don't know. I'm not sure if she's going to come back one more time for another season of PFL. If she did, I mean, that's another million. I wouldn't be mad at her, but I don't really think there's anything left for her to do. I don't think there's anything left for her to do. So I think after her contract is up here, she would definitely go. But I'm not sure on the status, like the actual status. Is Mick Maynard or is it Sean Shelby making fights? Everybody's been hitting up Mick Maynard, like even Miranda and all of them. They always be calling Mick. Yeah, I think at this point Natalia is ready. She's about as ready as everybody else was that was on their win streaks. I just wouldn't give Barbara that fight because she's just coming back. And Aaron, I just think Aaron and Macy, they match up so much better. And I don't think that Natalia needs to go through that unless it was Grasso. I would, James, I would give her one more if Grasso was there. But since he's not, I think that Aaron and Macy, they need one more fight more than she does, in my opinion. I think they need that fight against each other more because look at it like this, James. Macy, her last few fights, they were controversial. That some of her decisions were controversial. So I don't think she's ready. Aaron at 1-1, without the Grasso fight, she needs another fight. But the long win streak is similar to Manon and Aaron's situation. So yeah, Natalia, I would give her the shot. She seems to be more prepared. And she said she wanted it. So resume, I want it. They kind of go together to me. James said Barber's not going to fight Aaron. If you sign that contract, you will. I bet you sign that contract, you're going to fight. You said she's not going to fight Aaron. Do you think she would fight Natalia before she would fight Aaron? Who's the more dangerous fighter? Who do you think who do you think Barber would fight first, Aaron and Natalia? Let me ask Colostrum that. Colostrum, who do you let me ask Paul too? Like, all right, Paul Colostrum, who do you think Aaron would fight before? Who do you think Macy would fight first? Aaron or Natalia? Who do you think she would choose? Natalia and Macy are good on win streaks. Lolita said she would fight Aaron before Natalia. Yeah, that's what I think. Says she's not fighting Aaron or Natalia. She's fighting only Grasso. Well, Grasso's got a broken leg right now. And if Zaman up there said that Grasso was out for a year, then she's gonna be out for a year. She ain't gonna do that. UFC ain't gonna stand for that. Like if she's recovered, no, she ain't gonna wait. If it's gonna take, I doubt it's gonna take a year. But I'm just saying, like, I'm put a time stamp on it. Can't do that. Six says she gonna fight Rose first. I did want to see how that would turn out. Paul says she got beef with Aaron. They just talk smack online. Yeah, that's what I think so too. I like that. I like that. There's beef on that one. I would make Aaron versus Macy a UFC fight night. UFC fight night main event, hands down, man. Aaron Macy, that would be a really good UFC fight night main event. Gabby said Dakota mentioned she wants bigger fights after Santos, but there isn't any left at PFL or Bellator. Oh, okay. That might mean she's probably going to try to get signed to the UFC then, If they do her like Kayla Harrison, I mean, she could come in and get in the top 10. Like, what I think doesn't what I say ain't gold, you know what I mean? So in all reality, she could get a top 10. On that note, y'all, good conversation. I just wanted to do a live here and just talk with y'all a little bit. And yeah, I'm gonna get back on tomorrow's show and discuss some fight updates and some other fights and LFA and all of that good stuff. And yeah, just make sure y'all be back in here at 7:30 tomorrow, because I'm actually gonna take next week off. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and do a few lives this week because I'm gonna be off all next week. And yeah, I'm gonna just be off YouTube all next week. I'm gonna take all next week off. Santos is the last fight on Dakota's contract. Oh, okay, that worked perfectly then, right? If Santos win, she come back over. All right, Gunner said, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for the video. Oh yeah, no problem. Peace out. And I'll be thinking of y'all when I'm eating this food. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.